この家にいる者は全員捕らえろ。
Ini patung kan?
Biasa nggak bisa lihat. Kak.
The movie begins in 1943 in a village in Indonesia, where soldiers of the Japanese army are brutally killing Dutch and Indonesian people. Meanwhile, we see a Dutch girl named Ivanna, who somehow escapes from those Japanese soldiers, and also decides to save some Indonesians who were kept in the captivity of those Japanese. Now one of those captives was her boyfriend named Saiful, who asks her to run away with him, but she does not do so, and only then a soldier knocks her down. They then bring her outside to their chief Matsuya, and here we learn that Ivanna gave him the information about Dutch and Indonesians, so that he could help them, but Matsuya had betrayed her. Now before he could kill her, Saiful attacks Matsuya and tries to escape with Ivanna, but Matsuya shoots from behind, and the scene gets cut here. The movie now forwards to 1993, where we see Ambar and 𝐇𝐄𝐒 on a bus and Ambar suffering from impaired vision. Ambar then hears some noise and sees 3 people are sitting in the back row. 𝐇𝐄𝐒 says there's no one behind them. Actually, some time ago their parents died in an accident, and they are going to the retirement home of one of their friends, Wadi. Wadi's sons Agus and Ambar are childhood friends, and both of them are overjoyed to meet them. Wadi then introduces them to Grandpa Farid, Grandma 𝐸𝐄𝐒, and Grandma Annie, and they are also very happy to meet both of them. Annie asks Ambar if is she blind, to which she tells she cannot see clearly as others. Then Agus comes there and introduces Ambar to Rina, who takes care of all of them here. Now Wadi apologizes to everyone that she will not be able to celebrate Eid with them, and then she leaves there. Just then 𝐸𝐄𝐒's grandson Arthur arrives there, and she tells him that he will have to stay here till Eid. Now later when everyone is spending time outside, Agus is inside talking to Ambar, and we see that Rina is not very happy about it. He also tells her about the intercom in the hall and that if this sounds, that means someone is asking for help. 𝐇𝐄𝐒 is playing outside with Grandpa when their frisbee goes inside an abandoned house next door. Only then Rina asks them to walk inside as it is going to rain. Arthur goes to 𝐇𝐄𝐒, who tells him about the frisbee, and it starts raining. They enter the house to get the frisbee, and Ambar also comes there looking for him. Arthur tells them that this is the first time he is here as Wadi always keeps it locked. She asks 𝐇𝐄𝐒 to go home, but due to the floor being old, she falls into a basement below. Arthur and 𝐇𝐄𝐒 come down to help her, but she says she is fine. Now they are very surprised to see this place, and there they find very old things. Ambar sees something blurry there and asks them what it is, and when Arthur removes the clothes from it, they get scared seeing a headless statue of a woman. Then Agus also comes there, and he too has seen this place for the first time. Arthur shows him a chest and says that if there is gold in it, they will split it. Now when Ambar starts leaving there, that statue follows her, but when she looks back, she finds it in its place. Now at home, they open the chest and find many old items in it. Grandpa finds Ivanna's diary in it, and Annie tells them they should not take someone's belonging, especially if it belongs to someone from a long time ago. Only then Arthur plays that record, and they all start dancing and enjoying on that song. But then suddenly the lights go off. Agus checks out and says it's probably a scheduled blackout, but 𝐸𝐄𝐒 says how can this happen on Eid night? Now while sleeping at night, 𝐇𝐄𝐒 asks Ambar if she saw anything strange, to which she says no, and asks him not to talk about this. Here Rina is working in the kitchen when Agus comes there and sees that Rina is furious about Ambar. He explains to her that Ambar is like his sister, and tells her that he likes it when she is sulking. After that they start getting intimate, but only then does a door open automatically. But they see that there is no one there. Here Ambar wakes up from the sound of that intercom and she sees that the light is blinking in it, and we see that headless statue wandering outside. Ambar hears some voices on the intercom which is not clear, so she comes out to the hall to check. Then a song starts playing in it, and suddenly someone bumps into her, and Ambar notices that she can see everything clearly now. She gets scared to see Ivanna and injured Saiful in front of her, and Ivanna trying to get him out of there, but only then do some Indonesians come there and she asks them for help. Only then 𝐇𝐄𝐒 comes there and everything becomes as before. He asks her what she is seeing, but she doesn't tell him anything. Now late that night that record starts playing on its own and all the doors of the house start opening automatically. Here Annie hears that song on the intercom, and she comes home to check who is listening to the song so late in the night. She turns off the phonograph and starts leaving, but it starts playing again, and when she switches it back, we see that headless woman in the home. Annie goes inside after hearing some noise and sees that the food trolley is overturned. She picks up the crockery and starts placing it on the trolley when she sees the feet of the woman there, seeing which she gets very scared and runs away to the washroom. But even there that ghost attacks her, due to which her eyes come out, and then we hear a scream. Now the next morning Rena tells Agus that she did not heat the food last night so it became stale. Then 𝐇𝐄𝐏 and Ambar also come there and she tells Agus that she heard the sound of the intercom last night. Hearing this, Rena says the light was out. Just then Grandpa comes there and asks Agus what is this statue doing here. Meanwhile, Arthur also comes there and gets surprised to see it there, and both of them think that one of them has brought it here. Then Ambar also comes there and starts looking at that statue, and Grandpa says that apparently, this diary is of a Dutch woman who used to live here. Her parents loved Indonesia and its people, and they even gave an Indonesian name to her youngest brother. But her brother was murdered, her mother died of illness, and her father committed suicide. Ambar asks him if he has ever seen strange things in this house. She then tells him that since she had her eye surgery, she can sense supernatural things. Last night she saw something, but strangely everything was clear. She also heard a Dutch song on the intercom and then saw the Dutch woman. Hearing all this, Grandpa sees Ivanna's photo in that diary and notices that the statue is wearing the same dress. After that, they all come for breakfast and Arthur clicks their photo. But then he notices that Grandma Annie is not there. Rena goes to her room but she does not find her there, after which they all start searching for her. Here Ambar reaches the bathroom where Annie was killed and there she finds her dead body. Fearing which she starts screaming and we see that Annie's dead body is beheaded. Hearing her screams, they reach that bathroom, and everyone gets terrified seeing Annie's dead body. Now later Arthur insists on taking his grandmother away and asks Agus to open the door. But Agus tells him that everybody here including him is his family and responsibility, and he has already called the police. Grandpa then says they will be safe if they stay together, to which Arthur asks what if the killer is still here. Only then he sees that the statue is not on the chair, and he asks them did somebody move it. But Grandpa and Agus see that the statue is there. Now Arthur is shocked to see this and says that the statue was not there just now. Ambar says she believes Arthur. Last night she heard a Dutch song on the intercom and saw that Dutch woman in the kitchen. She reveals that she can see things that they can't. Only then police officer Yudi reaches there, and says he got late because of the rain. He asks him if they called for the ambulance, and if the deceased grandma was sick or she had a heart attack. They then bring him to the washroom and seeing Annie's dead body, Yudi vomits and runs out of there. He then calls headquarters and asks for backup, but his call does not connect, and only then he sees that statue in the rearview mirror, which disappears the next moment. Here Grandpa tells them about that Dutch woman, and there is a photo of her with the leader of the Japanese army in her diary. She used to be a comfort woman, and Matsuya was close to her. Only then 𝐇𝐄𝐏 hears some sound and he walks in that direction. Here Yudi comes back home to use the phone but that too is not working. 𝐇𝐄𝐏 calls Ambar and tells her that the statue is standing, and suddenly the lights go out. Yudi asks them all to stay inside and lock all the doors and goes out with Agus to check the electrical panel. Here the statue sits back on the chair, and 𝐇𝐄𝐏 tells Ambar that this statue is standing. Then suddenly that Dutch song starts playing, and when Ambar goes near the phonogram, the lights turn on and she again starts seeing clearly. She sees that the Indonesians hits Ivanna and drags her away, and here all of them were hearing those voices on the intercom which Ambar is seeing. After that, those Indonesians start assaulting Ivanna and tell 𝐁𝐄𝐏 that no matter what, she is Dutch, and they made them suffer. Now even others could see the shadows in the torchlight, and Ambar says that the woman was tortured by their people. Only then do Japanese soldiers come there, and Matsuya asks them to show her that they are more powerful than their people. He says he promised to help them all, but she is not a part of them. She tries to attack Matsuya, but a soldier knocks her down, and then she tells villagers that each drop of her blood will make their life miserable, and then Matsuya slits her neck, causing her head to fall apart. After this 𝐁𝐄𝐏 takes her body from there and Ambar starts following him, and they go inside the same house where they first got that statue. Ambar then goes to the basement, and Rena explains to Agus that Ambar can see the past. 𝐁𝐄𝐏 places Ivanna's body on that chair and Yudi also sees it in the shadows. Then 𝐁𝐄𝐏 plays that record and starts dancing like crazy. after which he starts applying clay to Ivanna's body. Ambar tells them that she made her a statue and her body is inside it. He then asks for forgiveness and says every drop of her blood will make their life uneasy. Then he goes to fight the Japanese soldiers, but they hit him and drag him away. Ambar comes back to the basement and only then the chair falls down. And before they could understand anything, Ivanna attacks 𝐇𝐄𝐑. But before she could kill him, Agus stabs Ivanna with a stick and asks them all to leave. However, nothing happens to her, and when he tries to escape, she catches him and uproots his head from the body. Now seeing this, they all get terrified, and after coming out, they close the door of the basement. They then try to escape in 𝐇𝐄𝐑's car, but his car doesn't start and suddenly all his sirens start sounding. Then on his intercom, Ivanna asks them to return her head, and only then Arthur sees her walking toward them. He tells them she is behind them, but suddenly she disappears, and then she drags Ida out of the car. Arthur goes to save her, but Ivanna appears and uproots her head as well. Arthur tries to attack her, but she kills him too and shows them his head, and then she leaves there. Now Ambar suggests that they should destroy the statue, and they all come back inside the house. But then Ambar sees Matsuya dumping Ivanna's head in the well. Grandpa and 𝐇𝐄𝐑 bring the statue to the well and 𝐇𝐄𝐑 destroy it with an axe, and they find Ivanna's remains inside. Ambar says that they will have to dump it in this well and set it on fire. They throw her remains in the well, and when Grandpa and 𝐇𝐄𝐑 go to pick up the matches, Ivanna attacks Ambar and Dika and lifts them in the air. Rina tries to save them, but they fall into the well with Ivanna. Here in the well, Ambar finds Ivanna's head, which says all of them will die. Suddenly Ivanna charges her and Ambar attack her with axe, but Dika narrowly escapes. Ambar asks Rina to throw the matches and she throws the lighter down, but as soon as she lights the lighter, Ivanna attacks her. But before she could uproot her head, Dika sets her remains on fire, causing Ivanna's ghost also starts burning, and finally she gets destroyed. Now the next week, we see that they all are moving to another location, and Ambar asks Grandpa who is the woman next to Ivanna in this photo, and he says it looks like it's her sister. The names of Dimas, Elizabeth, and Ivanna are written behind it. Then when they all leave from there, the lights of the house flicker, and the same Dutch song starts playing in the phonogram. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon never to miss new video updates. Thanks for watching!